The plant pictured here is Parthenocissus quinquefolia, the Virginia creeper. Now, just like our other Parthenocissus, the Boston ivy, Parthenocissus quinquefolia, or Virginia creeper, climbs by tendrils. And you can't see them as clearly in this picture, but these tendrils are branched, just like in Parthenocissus tricuspidata, and they do have 5 to 8 branches with an adhesive disc at the end of each. Now, Virginia creeper doesn't cling quite as strongly to walls and vertical surfaces as Boston ivy does, so often it sort of gracefully arches away from whatever it's climbing up of instead of making that very tight, flat mat like you see with Boston ivy. Here you can see the leaves, and each one of those clusters of 5 leaves is actually one leaf, and those are leaflets. So with Parthenocissus quinquefolia, we have alternate leaf arrangement in palmately compound leaves with 3 to 5 leaflets, and then each leaflet has a cuminate apex and sort of dentate teeth on the margin. Now, one way you can try to keep the 2 Parthenocissus species straight in your mind is Parthenocissus tricuspidata. That tri should remind you that those leaves have 3 lobes. All right, that's your Boston ivy. Parthenocissus quinquefolia, that quinque in quinquefolia refers to 5, so we've got 5 leaflets most of the time with Virginia creeper. Now that said, especially when it's young and on the ground like this, sometimes it'll only have 3 leaflets. And when that happens, a lot of times people will confuse this plant with poison ivy. So if you see something that you think is poison ivy, go ahead and look at the whole plant and see if you don't see some compound palmate leaves with 5 leaflets instead of 3. If it does, then it's Virginia creeper. If all of them just have 3, then chances are it's poison ivy. This picture just shows you the petioles of Virginia creeper. They're quite long, and they're pretty long on Boston ivy as well. So compared to some of the other vines we've covered, these are long petioles, and you can see they're bright red here in the picture as it's beginning to turn its fall foliage color. This picture shows the fall foliage color of Virginia creeper, so again, it's anywhere from sort of a burgundy color to a very bright red to almost an orange color. So very showy in the fall. And here again, you can see the bluish black fruits against that extremely bright red fall foliage color. And you can see how glossy the leaves are in this picture as well. Now, the fruits for Virginia creeper are a little showier than Boston ivy because they're not quite as hidden below the leaves. So we can see them better, and they provide a nice contrast against that scarlet fall foliage color. So that concludes our discussion of the Virginia creeper, Parthenocissus quinquefolia.